Hello, this is Cyril. Welcome back to my English channel. So last time I think I talked to you at one point about my hometown. So today I'm going to show around with a famous beauty spot, and I would say the most well-renowned beauty spot of Xuancheng City, which is Jingting Mountain. So you can see behind me there's a stone where you can find the characters saying that it's the National Forest Park. So we can get into this park and have a look. So now we already get into the inside of this park. As you can see behind me is a sculpture, four characters, and the most front one is Li Bai. And you know that a tourist spot doesn't have a special meaning unless it has some relation to some peculiar stories or experiences that people all care about, and Jingting Mountain is no exception. So Li Bai, as a poet and as an official, was banished from the court in his lifetime, especially at the latter part of his life. So he traveled to Xuancheng City, especially Jingting Mountain, 7 times and made a lot of poems here. So that's why there's a sculpture of him. Jingting Mountain is a place where a lot of intellectuals and hipsters like very much. So as you can see here, there are some poems left in ancient times where those poets, those writers wrote some beautiful poems with regard to their feelings and perceptions about Jingting Mountain. It's like 诗山胜景, things like that. I think that I talked to you about one poem written by Li Bai, and he says that of all the things that he has seen of this world, the most impressive thing could be an exception of his burden, and that is the Jingting Mountain. And by the way, it's written by a very famous calligraphy artist in ancient times whose name is Qi Gong. So you can take a look. So owing to the special geographical features of this area, it is a mountainous area, and those tea, as you can see behind me, this field is engulfed in mountains. And due to the paucity of sunshine, it's very suitable for the growth of this special agricultural product. And that's why we have a well-regarded brand, even internationally, about tea, which is called Jingting Yuxue. So you can take a look. Well, people have many speculations as well as suspicions about why Li Bai loved this place, in spite of the beautiful landscape. Well, there might be another reason that is behind me. This girl, who is called Yuzheng Gongzhu, and this is his tomb and its sculpture. So we have the suspicion that they had a romantic affair, but whether it is the truth remains to be seen. But it's a beautiful speculation of people of past generation. In order to demonstrate the peculiar serendipity that Li Bai had with this city, so we built a building named Taibailou. Although there are some turmoils in history, so that it's been damaged many times, now it's successfully reconstructed. So if we can travel back in time and use our imagination a bit to see the city, the beautiful landscape of this city through Li Bai's eyes, what can we see? What's the feeling that we can have? So we can take a brief look. Although we are not to the top, we are halfway to the top, I would say, but we can still get an overall view of this city, the bridge, the modern buildings going up, and also some agriculture fields, as well as some, rivers. Now we finally managed to climb to the top of this mountain, Jingting Mountain. So behind me you can see it is the mother river of Xuancheng City, which is called Shuiyangjiang, which is an essential branch, let's say, of the Yangtze River, and it snakes through half of the city or even more. And in ancient times, our ancestors used this river to build and forge connections with the outside world. And behind me, you can see there's a tower up there, and that is another landmark, not only for Jingting Mountain, but also for, I would say, Xuancheng City, especially for those people who are originally from Xuancheng but travel in other places. When they come back home, whether it's by aeroplane or by train, when they see this icon, they know that they're aware there is hometown, here is hometown. So not only it is a landmark, geographically speaking, but also it is an icon in our heart from a spiritual perspective. I would say that Xuancheng City is a maybe 4th tier or 5th tier city with a rather limited population and area. However, I would say that's a city that's imbued with humanistic culture. That is why I would say so many artists and intellectuals are deeply fond of my hometown. So if I could use one phrase to describe this sort of characteristic of those artists, I would say that's the independent spirit. That's somehow the character of Chinese people. So take Li Bai, for example, and Xie Tiao for that matter. They are sort of banished from the authority at that time, but that doesn't interfere with their spirit that's independent of ideology or the authority's power. So that's something worth noting. And I would say that's the spirit that's been passed down for so many years and makes my hometown and moreover Chinese people special. So that's why I'm so proud of this place in which I was born and raised.